Let's talk about this shit more.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. The finale of Game of Thrones. A lot of craziness, man. A lot of incest. A lot of
Got two types of incest going on popping now.
yeah. We got a lot of incest going on.
Some big deaths.
Yeah, I mean the ultimate death. I thought he was gonna be able to make it, but
I did too.
So did
I
I.
did.
We all did.
I kind of wanted him to, man. And I think it was bad writing actually, but that we can get into
Really?
later. I thought it
Okay.
was bad writing. He was smart the whole series, and all of a sudden he just slipping up. All of a sudden, same thing with Tyrion though. I feel like he was smart this whole season, and all of a sudden he ain't smart no more.
I don't know. I think that Littlefinger's arrogance took him out. And I think he really thought he was manipulating two young girls. And he was wrong. So maybe that is slipping.
I mean, I agree with your assessment, but to your point about the bad writing, he's manipulated much smarter, sharper, wiser, skilled people throughout the entire series, and to be undone by two young women who caught him off the blue. It's not like as if
They're all under 21. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
They're all under 21.
They're all in 20. I don't think any. I think they're all at best teenagers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so you got caught up by some teenagers,
right? And in a hostile environment, like he was. It was one thing to go into a situation where no one knows who he is, that he doesn't have a reputation that precedes him. The entire time, everybody in Winterfell goes, can't trust Littlefinger, can't trust Littlefinger, can't trust Littlefinger. Like every advisor other than him that they had would talk to only about how they can't trust him.
Yeah.
So it's like to believe that he's gained their trust just by saying some small quips. I think that was a little bit naive of him.
Well, maybe it was bad writing that recovered what would have been an even worse storyline. Because I think it would have been much worse for Sansa and Arya both to have been manipulated by him in that way. Like it just.
I think he could have slipped out. I'm thinking he could have slipped out,
right?
And got slipped out with the Knights of the Vale, and it's like, I'm getting ready to leave, though, sweetheart. I'm out. Gotta go make sure the Vale is okay, and then he just kind of floats off, and it comes back to wreak havoc on the low. You know, something along those lines, or end up being like Cersei's ally on the back end for something. You know, instead of, I mean, but his death was dope because that's the same way he did Ned. You know what I'm saying, with the knife on Ned's throat. You know.
I mean, I guess it was entertaining, but I feel like for the character that we saw these 7 seasons, and for him to have the insight that he's had previously, he did not address the brand issue, which was the only issue for him to address in Winterfell.
And he knew what was up, though.
Yeah. The Sansa and Arya situation was shit because once again, he knew what he had done to this particular family. Like, understanding whether or not this kid can really see the past.
Like, he should have just took out Bran.
Yeah.
Not even on there, take a Bran, just bounce.
Yeah.
Just bounce.
Yeah.
Because Bran might know you
But
finna
he
kill him and then you still dead. Like, just bounce.
He was not going to bounce. Bounce to do what?
Go back to the Vale.
But he wants more.
Yeah, but wanting more and getting more. I mean, he sold Arya to Ramsay Bolton. Like, she's not going to forget that.
Yeah.
Like, she's not going to forget
He
that.
was just really convinced that he could manipulate these two young women, and he was wrong.
Yeah, he was wrong like a motherfucker.
Well, the Arya coming back, I think at first do you think he thought it was like, oh, I got an opportunity, or do you think like, fuck, I got to figure out a different plan?
I think he said, "Fuck, I need to figure out a different plan." Like, she has not come back the same
Yeah.
young girl, and he knew that he had to manipulate Sansa in a way that would take Arya out, or
So if Arya never
destroy
came,
their
though,
trust.
he felt he'd have probably been straight. Like
Yeah,
Arya.
yeah. I mean, he thought he had Sansa wrapped around his finger. I mean, as soon as she accused him of treason and murder, he's like, "Let me talk to you in private." Like,
Yeah,
he
like-
really thought he was going to be able to take her somewhere and like convince her of something. I want to know how that conversation would have gone.
That's what I was thinking the same thing. Like, what would that come? Like, yeah, just let me go. That's probably what he said. Just let me go. I'll go off. Send me to the wall. Anything.
Yeah, he dropped his knees and begged too much. I didn't really like
did.
that.
That was some
That-
beast made
Yeah,
stuff.
I was like, man, go out like a G,
yeah,
man.
that was
Like,
definitely. Well, I don't know. I mean,
take that on the
it's-
chin, bro.
But also,
he's so
but
manipulative. Like, you've never really seen
But
him
you know
be
what?
like
He
directly
never-
confrontational and aggressive.
just like Cersei, he's never put in no dirty work himself either, though. So the people that never put in the dirty work, they're always the most bitch made people, though.
I mean, he was
When it
not
come
ready.
down to it.
He was not ready. Like, Littlefinger, like, needs some time to plan and think, because he clearly was not ready. I mean, the way his head whipped around, like, what? You talking about me? Huh?
See,
Me?
hold on, what?
Wait a minute. Like, he was not ready.
I got a
He was
pot
not
pie
good on
coming.
his
I got a
feet.
pot pie I just ordered. I just ordered a pot pie from the back. Y'all sure?
You don't want to eat that shit in Winterfell.
Right? That Winterfell pot pie probably gangster. That Winterfell pot pie. I had a great
Not
pot
if
pie in
Arya made
Williamsburg. The colonial pot pies are amazing for the record.
Not if Arya made it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, in general, them pot pies, they were probably immaculate. That Williamsburg pot pie in the colonial area, I encourage any of y'all to ever go there to Williamsburg. Get the pot pie. It is amazing.
That's a Yelp review right
Yeah,
there.
that's when you go there. And say, you might find my review on there. Scroll up for the black guy cheesing on there. That's me. That was a great thing. So I'm thinking he's probably like ordering wine and everything. I know we're gonna get this done real quick. We're gonna bump off Arya. Let me get my pot pie. I got wine. I mean, what else we need though? You know, shit. I need my feet
he had
rubbed.
some
You know.
plans. He had some plans. I loved how slick Arya was and quick with slitting his throat, though. And she left his face untouched.
Mm-hmm.
Boo.
But this is my thing. That's
I want at
just
least
my
see if
que-
that work get in. That cut face
Well,
off.
no. That's my question is that is the word going to get out that he's dead, for she can use that his face?
I mean, there's a lot of people in that room.
That's
but-
what I'm saying. It's a lot. It's not like it was on some low
Yeah,
stuff in
there's a lot
somebody's
of people in that
room.
room.
That's a lot. It was a lot of people in that room.
This is true. This is true. I
Well,
don't
but
know,
then
dude.
again, there's a lot of people in that room. It could be, you know, she could come back, cut that face off after other. You know, she get it by herself, and then she can hit people up. Well, I thought you was dead. I mean, obviously I'm not.
I'm here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
because people
true.
don't know that she has that power.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Huh. Yeah,
So-
I really would have liked to have seen how the plan played out between Arya and Sansa and Bran. Like what
Well, they
their
had a scene they deleted.
conversation was. They did?
They deleted a scene where
Okay.
Bran told Sansa.
Okay.
They
All right.
deleted it.
I think I did read that.
Yeah, they deleted it.
And I'll tell you another thing as far as writing goes. That story arc could have played out the exact same way, but they let that story arc play out for us between Sansa and Arya when they should have played it out
There's a
between
lot of
Littlefinger.
storylines.
They played it from Littlefinger's perspective, and all we saw was what Littlefinger saw.
And he just through
would've
this
been-
visual to see them
exactly.
talking,
Then it's
or
a
seeing them
surprise.
arguing, and he coming in the room and they arguing or something like that.
Then it's a surprise. Then we can see what he thought was happening, and they're like, "Oh, there was these things that we didn't know." Seeing it play out from Sansa and Arya's standpoint, all it does is lead us to believe that Sansa. It was a force got you.
Yeah, it
where they
was-
could have
it was
had
a
a
force
more
got you.
natural one by
I
just
agree.
following Littlefinger, and then because that would have been exactly the way Ned went out. We're following Ned around first season. We're thinking he's going to find somewhere to figure it out.
Yeah, he's
And all of a
the
sudden-
hero. He's the hero.
And then now you bring in these what we could consider at the time ancillary characters, and then he's dead.
Right.
That I think that would have
was
been
part of the
narratively a better
brilliance
way
of the
to
show,
go.
yeah. I agree with that.
I'm just interested in how the book probably deal with it a little bit better than that. I'm thinking
Yeah.
of how they would set it up, but
Well, is he going to go back and rewrite these storylines, or is
Oh,
he
yeah,
just
he's got
going
all
to
these
take it
books.
somewhere completely different?
man, they could be totally different.
Yeah, my understanding is that HBO knows what direction he's going to go to.
And it's ending. No, they know it's ending.
Yeah.
So they just filled in the blanks to get you to this ending point.
But they also made some conscious decisions to deviate from his plot. So watching the
So
story.
it'll still keep people interested in getting
Right.
the books.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got all of Dorne. They just really wrapped up Dorne because they was just like, we fucked up with that whole storyline of Dorne.
Right.
Let's kill all these sand snakes off. That's all they did. So there's a whole storyline
There's
with
another
Dorne.
story with them, another
That's
way
going
he
on.
may go with that.
And in the books, Daenerys ain't even left. She's still missing in Marine. She's still missing. Tyrion hasn't even made it there yet in the books.
Okay.
So that's, because Jorah has already met Tyrion in the books, but Varys wasn't with him. Because in the books, Varys is with the other Aegon, which we can get into in a second.
Yeah, I heard that there
The
was
John
another person
Connington,
claiming
the John
to be
Connington,
Aegon.
right?
Okay.
Another Aegon. He claims to be the son they supposedly the mountain threw against a wall and killed, but then Varys says that we switched out the babies.
Okay.
That is not the same baby.
Who's also not John.
Right.
Okay.
But his name is John Connington.
Okay.
But he's supposed to be Aegon too. So that's
Oh, okay.
yeah. So they never went through that storyline. Then you got the Lady Stoneheart storyline. They never. So he got a lot. People still gonna buy this and still be like, oh snap! Like
We still want to see what happens.
yeah,
with the
Barristan
storyline.
Selmy's still alive in the books. He's got they said he got his own chapters in the book. These new books.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's a lot. Different thing. And actually probably make more money because motherfuckers gonna be like, especially with this year off they taking, like.
Yeah, because I was thinking about trying to read the books in the year off.
Yeah. They hefty though.
Yeah.
They hefty, though.
I'm reading It right now, which is.
Oh no, it's not
1,000
it. It's not
pages.
it. It's not
Nothing's
it.
it.
It's not it. No, no, no,
No,
no, no.
nothing
No,
is.
it's not it though. 'Cause it's 1,100 pages, I
I was
believe.
trying
Right?
to read It before the
Yeah.
movie starts.
That ain't gonna
and
happen.
happening.
That ain't gonna happen.
It's the New and Old Testament.
Yeah, I know. It is. It's still got 800
I think it might be
pages.
longer than the New Old Testament.
Like,
I think it
yo.
might be longer.
But the first couple books, they're like the begats in the Bible. Like they get,
Yeah.
he get real. He described a lot of scenes that about some real uninteresting stuff in great detail.
How far you got in it?
I'm about 200 pages in, so I got a
Oh,
long
okay.
way to go.
So you haven't got to the whole they ran a train on the street.
No, don't tell me nothing.
Have you ever seen the movie or the miniseries?
I mean, I did. I saw it.
No,
when I
the
was-
book is totally different from the miniseries though.
And I
bro.
saw
I read
it
it
when
in
I was
college.
little. I'm actually going to rewatch it tomorrow night before I see the new one.
It's not good. I rewatched it last weekend.
I
me
still
too.
want to see it again.
Me too.
It's not good. You watched the retail. It's not that good.
It didn't age well.
No, it did not age well at all. I remember being scared as shit of
Yeah,
this movie.
yeah, me too.
The worst.
Really?
Yeah, it's not good.
I
at
still
all.
am gonna watch it.
It's the worst.
So I can have something to compare it to the new one.
Like in the book, like it's crazy. They like because Stephen King was going through some shit when he wrote that book. He was like coming off a cocaine habit.
It's definitely
drunk,
it's
it's all over
definitely
the place.
gory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I had a bookmark in it from where I tried to read when I was little, and I think I stopped at a point where I was like having nightmares.
Like
so.
this is too much for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, back to Game of
Yeah.
Thrones.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Apologies.
it's all good. It's gonna do well this weekend, so we'll see.
I'm gonna see it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So let's go to the big summit, the
Meeting
Players
of
Summit as I
King's
call it,
Landing. Yeah.
the Players Summit.
Yeah. I like how Dany showed up fashionably late, trying to be all intimidating with her.
And I
dragon.
still don't think she should show up with two dragons. She
Oh,
just
she
show,
shouldn't
one.
have.
just show up
That
with
was-
one. No, that's like this is the one I
that
ride. It's like
right.
having 3 cars, whatever,
Right.
though, and you be like, I have you drive the other car, and then my boy riding on the back. We're like, what happened to the other Lamborghini?
Right.
Right.
Oh, nigga crashed it. You know,
Right.
like it's gone. Like,
Yeah, that was.
oh, you ain't balling like I thought you
Right.
was, huh?
But at the same time, I think that she's really protective, and she wants them with her so that
I
she
can
can
see
watch
that.
them because she, just lost her other one. But still, I mean, she could have had it around and not flying over
Yeah.
where they were having their meeting.
I agree. Can we talk about Euron for a second?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't understand. Okay, so we learned ultimately that was a plan with him and Cersei.
And I wonder if that's bullshit though.
Yeah.
I think Euron might be bullshitting her.
I don't think he's bullshitting her, but I'm saying I don't understand the point of that. Like he ball because he's a fuck, so he ball bust Tyrion for a second, but
Then ball bust Theon.
yeah, which he's completely entitled
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah,
But
come on.
he says one zombie was the scariest thing I've ever seen after a fucking dragon just lands and drops a chick off. Like really, I'm saying like zombies are scary and a horde of zombies also intimidating. But one zombie versus one fucking
said
dragon,
he played it up
dragon
too much.
easily wins the
Yeah.
scary contest there.
So you said he played it up too much?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck you mean? It's a dragon just there. I mean, yeah, this was disconcerting, definitely. But there was a fucking dragon here, like, just a second ago. Like,
Yeah.
they're still flying the fuck around right now.
Yeah, and then I guess that my question was, did he and Cersei have this planned already? Because at this point, they know that Jon is going to try to bring proof, but they don't know if it's real or not. So was it always their plan, no matter what happened after the summit, that
Yeah, I think so.
he
Yeah.
was going to leave and pretend like
He was gonna figure out
out?
some way to
Yeah.
bullshit to get out of it because she already knew. Remember before he was like, we ain't got no forces. Remember Jamie was talking to her, we ain't got no forces. So she had to figure out like, regardless how this summit go, I got to get some kind of manpower.
Right.
So he just used that as an opportunity. Like, whatever. Even if he showed up with a butterfly, like, I don't be fuck with these butterflies. Do they fly to the Iron Islands?
Right.
Like, they don't die after a couple of weeks. Well, you know what? I'm out.
Yeah.
It would have been whatever it would have been.
No matter what, that was their plan.
Yeah, he was going to figure out, that was his whole thing.
But I still think the timing, though, it was really dramatic. Because, I mean, whether Euron leaves now or 1 hour from now, that's no fucking difference. Because presumably, they'll be gone doing whatever the fuck they're doing at this point. You know what I mean? Like his leaving at that moment, he didn't have a flight to catch. You know what I'm saying? like you're the admiral of this fucking Navy. It's like, you can wait. Like, we can wait. I can hear all the shit out. You know, for all the fuck he knows, that they say, you know what, hey, if you're not gonna join us or have a treaty, then execute us right here, and it's done. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I thought it was a little bit dramatic, for him just to do the whole storm out.
It kind of goes along with his personality, though, so I don't know if it necessarily shocked.
I mean, he came with Adidas tracksuit on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sick of his tracksuit.
He came with that tracksuit.
Now he got an Adidas tracksuit. Before he had on a velour suit.
No, velour, but then he changes it up.
Everybody had on new clothes.
Everybody
Yeah.
was dressed to the nines.
Everybody was
in this
like, yo,
episode.
like,
The stunt was real.
He was like, yo, I'm gonna wear my full joint with the shell tops to match. I'm gonna wear the joint with the shell tops to match. He's like, oh no, y'all ain't scuffing mine up with these zombies. I'm up out of here. I ain't scuffing these do Adidas.
I would have liked more than 45 seconds of screen time from Grey Worm. I mean, he showed up.
I mean, they black, so that's the way we kind of roll. That's how they do us,
Yeah, the black delegation officially had to draft Jon Snow as the
honorable
Negro on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because nobody else getting a burn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a lot of reunions in this episode.
Yeah.
Let's start with Brienne and the Hound.
Yeah, Brienne and the Hound.
They seem to make up though.
Yeah, he was like, you whooped my ass. I mean, what's I'm gonna say?
Respect.
Yeah, like it's all good.
But also, one thing I like about the Hound's perspective became real right. Like he's like, look,
him being with the religious people
exactly.
changed up the shit though. He had that come to Jesus moment in quotes, with being with those people and everything,
Yeah, I like the Hound. He's one of my favorite characters now. I don't see him making it to the end, but he's definitely one.
He got to kill his brother.
Yeah, and they'll probably die together.
That's what I was thinking. They're gonna die at the same time. They might get killed trying to fight each other.
And both of them just dead together.
Right, by something else.
I can see that. So then we also had the Hound going up on his brother Clegane. Like,
do you think he knows him? Like, is his mind still there?
I think so.
You think so?
I think it's like maybe it's like the sunken place where it's like you can see it, but like you can't do nothing for real. Because he showing up fuck that priestess woman. Yeah. Like he showing up put his dick out and fuck that. Right. So he ain't too zombie-ish.
And he picked up on the subtlety of her not wanting to kill Tyrion.
Yeah.
And so
he ain't he in a second place.
But he's following orders. I'm asking, is he still the Mountain?
I think so.
You think so? Okay.
I mean, I'm saying his father. So, for instance, when Tyrion says "kill me," and he recognizes that Cersei, he offers Cersei his blade, and Cersei goes, and he goes, okay, she don't want to do it. He puts his blade up. Like, she didn't have to command him not to kill him.
Right. No, I get that, but I'm saying when his brother is talking to him, does he recognize this is my brother?
I think so.
Okay.
Because he was staring him down, though, like, what's up? It wasn't like he was like, he didn't go straight to the sword. He was like staring him down like we finna have the boxing match coming up soon. Like this the weigh-in.
Hey, what you gonna do?
Yeah, what you gonna do?
And let's be honest, it's an older brother. I mean, older brother pull different mind games. He don't have to act like he's scared to younger bro. What you gonna do, young blood? Like.
Yeah, I just think he's a true zombie at this point that's being controlled by Cersei and.
Her maester.
Well, I choose to believe whatever makes me feel most better about a situation. I choose to believe he's not.
That'd be funny if he was like, man, I've been good this whole time. I need to get up out of this bitch Cersei way. I'm halfway alive.
Then we have Theon and Euron.
Theon and Euron, man. I mean, Theon he's gonna probably have that. He's gonna boss up.
He's gonna die.
Okay.
Theon dies.
Okay, can we fast forward to the scene on the beach though? Because I think we'll forget to talk about Theon if we don't talk about it now. That was ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
That whole fight I thought was just really silly. Like, come on, give this man a better redemption moment if that's what you're trying to do. Because I feel like everybody in the world knows that Theon doesn't have a dick now.
Well, so I think it was just a natural fight, though. That's what I think it was.
No, the man looked surprised. He tried it 3 times and was like, why ain't this putting you down? Like, it was just silly.
And even if you have your dick cut off, I still think getting kicked in the crotch will still hurt you.
It's not like crotch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like it's steel down there. Like they like plated your shit out with the steel. You know,
I'm Captain Chromecock.
Yeah, Captain Chromecock. Yeah, like nobody. It's not like he was. You know, unless he did put a steel plate down there or some shit. Maybe we find out he in the next episode he pulled that shit out. Yeah, like no. He pulled out a little thing. Like he put a little thing down there. Like yeah, I gotta have something down there.
He got a strap on now.
Yeah, what he should do is put like a dragonstone strap on. He go like just fuck them zombies to death. You know
oh my god.
You see that coming?
But that was like I guess he's. My thing is that he's going the wrong way. That's what I'm wondering. Is is Euron really going to Essos to pick up the gold company?
I mean,
because Theon's going towards the Iron Islands. He's going to Essos.
That's even better though. He can get to the Iron Islands. You know, break his sister out.
No. I'm saying, but I'm saying for the storyline, it looks like he would probably like, yeah, I told that bitch Cersei, whatever.
So that's where we think Yara is in the Iron Islands.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, particularly how Euron was teleported across that motherfucking sea.
So you saying that? You may even flipping it on something else. You saying that he may be still going to Essos, but dropped her off at the Iron Islands and came back.
Yeah.
And looped back around. So she's as captive in the Iron Islands. He still went on that voyage to go get the gold cup.
Yeah, because man, it had everybody teleporting all season long. You know, Jon Snow's like 45 minutes away from the north. You know, like
it's a drive to St. Charles.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Danny, somebody hold up. The courier runs to the wall. Someone sends a crow down to Dragonstone. Danny hops on her dragons and gets there. And
they said it was 3 days.
It's supposed to be 3 days, but I'm saying even then, that's a pretty quick turnaround considering we don't know how far the courier had to make it back to the wall, and then he passed out at the wall, so they had to revive him. Then you know what's going on. Exactly. So I mean, there's a lot of time skips, a lot of travel time skips to happen throughout the season. So I'm saying, when Euron captured the Dornish chicks, like he just happened to see them. Sneak up on them, you know, one afternoon when they happen to be the time they're leaving Dragonstone. Yeah. So I'm just saying that all the teleporting that happened this season, it would be easy for me to believe narratively that they just have Yara at the Iron Island, and then
he doubled back and went to Essos to pick up the gold.
So now they have a situation where Theon thinks he can break her out and get her out and get gone before the troops come back, and then there's a moment where they all clash because coincidentally Euron shows up at that exact moment. Blah blah blah.
All right, so let's go back to the council meeting. So Tyrion. It's a lot of talk about Tyrion lately.
About the betrayal.
Do you think he betrayed them? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the discussion.
I think so. I think he betrayed her, and I'm not going to give your idea because you stated it, but I don't think it's the betrayal people have been talking about. I'll let you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was just kind of like thinking off the top of my head earlier. I think that it's some sort of, not necessarily a betrayal, but a promise that he probably cannot keep. I think that it probably has something to do with the succession plan. And I think the look that he had outside of Dany and Jon's door when they're finally making it was, is it true that she can't bear children? Because I think that his promise or whatever he made to Cersei has something to do with Dany not being able to bear an heir and what could potentially happen with the baby he thinks that Cersei is pregnant with.
So you say, they're saying that whatever baby that is could be the heir.
Right. That there could be some sort of plan for that heir that he promised Cersei.
That would make me feel a lot better than just an outright betrayal where,
he just made some deal on the back end.
But but the thing is, he had the conversation that we witnessed between him and Cersei would not have made Cersei come back outside. And then she came back outside explicitly with the plan to betray them. As she walks back out and does this whole campaign, and her plan is to betray him. Because from my perspective, she could have did that. She could have said, "Oh, okay, treaty." Euron's still going to get troops from the Iron Island.
Regardless.
Yeah, why even grandstand about I'm not going to do this?
Yeah, whatever agreement they had was not enough to convince Cersei to have any loyalty to Tyrion. Now, whether or not Tyrion knows that Cersei doesn't intend to follow through is another question.
I think he has to.
You think he does?
Because,
he's gonna find out. Jaime's gonna already give up the ghost.
But I mean, like beforehand, when they both walk out there, does Tyrion know that Cersei is full of shit.
I think so. Because what they set us up, I feel like they don't do anything, particularly with certain characters, without a reason. Mm-hmm. They showed us Tyrion's face when Dany burned the Lannisters, and he looked sad. Mm-hmm. They showed us the fear when he thought Jaime died. He was actually actively rooting for Jaime to get away. Mm-hmm. You know, so then they show him go talk to Cersei, and the entire time, I sincerely believe he meant everything he said about not wanting to destroy his family and all the regret he has. So I feel like Cersei offered him redemption, and he accepted it because he said earlier, did you ever learn to lie a little, or lie when this, whatever his phrase was talking about learning how to lie. I think he's going to back and sell Dany and Jon a bill of goods, and knowing that we can't do anything about it, right? No, having them worry about it will weaken our forces going to the north, where there's a much bigger threat. And so I think he's going to go back out there and have her say the right things, just so everybody can walk away with kumbaya. And then when everyone realizes that Cersei was on that bullshit, they'll be like, well, what are we going to do? We're already here fighting this war.
Yeah, I wonder if there's more to it now, too, just kind of thinking about it, because Cersei let Jaime walk away, knowing that he was probably going to tell everybody else that Cersei ain't following through like she said she would, or knowing that Jaime is leaving because he's not happy with whatever her new plan is.
I don't think Jaime's going to snitch, though. I think Jaime's going to say, hey, look, I'm here. I decided to come right now. The army should be behind us. I don't know what happened. I don't think he's going to...
I don't know, man. Jaime came focused. He didn't have no Lannister gear on. He had the gear on when he was like on his pilgrimage type shit. When he was at Brienne, if he'd have came with some Lannister gear on and armor, he came like a pauper almost. He got on like leather and shit, and like he has no armor on.
Yeah, and I feel like that scene
was no Lannister, so you don't know he's a Lannister unless he tells you he's a Lannister.
I think he said goodbye to her in that scene too. Like he was like, "Fuck it, I'm not with this."
Yeah, I'm out.
I don't even care that you're pregnant. I'm out.
See, I think the thing is that I think that Gold Company's not going to work out for her as much as she thinks it is. Mm-hmm. I think that's just the killer for her. Because the Gold Company, that's a Targaryen that started the Gold Company.
I didn't know that. It's
a Targaryen ambassador that started the Gold Company. He couldn't become... They had a Targaryen civil war. Then they said, fuck it. One of them left, and he started the Gold Company. Also, Jorah, before he went to be with Daenerys, was working in the Gold Company. Another theory that I was thinking about, Daario Naharis could be working for the Gold Company. Like because he's still a cell swordsman.
Yeah,
second banners, they said he still may come back.
Okay.
So all those second sons, he could bring them like, man, I didn't even know. I knew what was up. We heard what was going on. And they also have a Valyrian sword.
Yeah, and I mean, somebody needs to get to them and tell them about the White Walkers.
Yeah, and like this, my thing is, I wonder if this has all been told, though. I could see her having sent stuff to Daario. Like, like he was still sent, you broke up with a girl, you still send that 4-page letter. I know where you at.
Particularly on some end of the world shit.
Right, and she, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, word? It's some Ice Walkers for real? You need me to come save you? I heard there's another man there, though. You start thinking, like, you ain't let him hit though yet. No, I ain't let him hit. Oh, okay. No. But she ain't lying because she hadn't.
Oh, she hit the ladder.
Yeah, well, she hit the ladder. Exactly. This before the meeting. This before the summer.
You can't wait. She cheated with the heart. She knew she was gonna let him hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
but you know how it go.
His first game was like,
you know how a woman do. He's like, I ain't let him hit, but she finna let him hit that weekend coming up.
And she saving her pussy.
Yeah. He like, shit. I know I got that shit though, man. Or they could flip it and have Daario be pissed that she got another dude.
Yeah.
They can flip it on that too.
I think he is. I mean, because you know why? Because when his offer to go to King's Landing, he said, "I don't want power or fame or I want you." Right, but he didn't say he wouldn't share. He was like, "When you get married, do what you gotta do. Get that crown."
He did say that.
Yeah, he said, "Get married, do what you gotta do."
I'll be a side dude.
But I think that he saw that as her doing it for power, not for love. Like, she is clearly in love with Jon.
Right, but I'm saying, but he wouldn't know that from the letter, though.
He'll know that as soon as
he said King of the North. He said, "Oh, you hooked up with the King of the North, the unified king."
It's going to change things if she's knocked up too.
Yeah.
What if she's already knocked up and it might be Daario?
Oh,
We
come
didn't
on
know.
now.
We didn't know
No,
though.
she been gone for how
Yeah,
long?
I think she been gone.
I
so
mean,
long.
we got the speed time traveling. That might have been one day
Yeah.
coming from coming from Marine in there. That might have been one day. That might have been just a couple of layovers, and they made it. But I think that Gold Company is going to be, because that Targaryen aspect. Jorah previously worked for them. Like, I think all those different things. Or Euron never went to there, and he really did go to Iron Islands and said, "I'm not fucking with them zombies." Period, and never went to Essos.
I mean, real talk. I mean, I don't. What the problem is they gave too many specific numbers. There are 40,000. Good grief.
Unsullied and Dothraki.
No, I thought there were 40,000 each. Unsullied and 40,000 Darth.
Yeah, but you're talking about the numbers that,
Yeah.
40,000 in each one of them. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So what the fuck is the additional 20,000 troops gonna do?
Right. Yeah.
No,
Like,
but you know,
let's share
it's one of those things that, like, I can just scoop up some free shit, though, with the 20,000.
Well, no,
because you can have a couple people in castles.
Cersei thinks that the White Walkers are going to come in and
kill
wipe
all
out
them out, wipe them
most
out.
of them. And so whenever, that's done, then they think that their army's going to be sufficiently depleted that she'll have enough people to defeat them.
Right, but then there's another 10,000 in the north and wildlings. Mm-hmm. So I mean, she's looking at the army. That's a nice, I'm saying that with dragon
Even if them half of them get wiped, they got over 100,000.
Yeah.
So even if half of them get wiped out,
Exactly.
you still
Yeah.
got to deal with 50 grand that's coming back. Yeah.
Exactly. That's pissed because you
got Dorne still, and you ain't even account. You could double back the Dorne,
Right.
and pick them up. That's another 10 grand.
right.
Yeah, it's a plan that I don't think is very good on Cersei's part.
She is.
I mean, unless that 20K is only to defend King's Landing. Unless
No,
the
but that 20K is real. That 20K is legit though too. Though. That 20K is all ninjas too. Though.
Yeah, but they
That
not
20K
they
is like
not
140.
Unsullied.
They better than Unsullied.
Nah,
Really?
better
I
not.
don't think they
No, the
were.
Gold Company is better than Unsullied. No, I'm trying to tell you.
Really?
I don't believe.
You remember how dope Stannis' army was?
Yeah.
They on that level. That
Right.
that army he bought that was just running through motherfuckers. That's how
I'm
dope the
saying,
Gold
though,
Company
you
is.
can't. I'm saying that at the end of the day, some people, the cast in the Gold Company are paid to fight for people.
Exactly.
And even let's say they're paid extremely well. Simple fact is that no matter how much you make at your job, there's a couple days you don't feel like going to work. You want to take vacation. You know what I'm saying? You want to take vacation.
You gonna leave at
Yeah, you want to
2:30.
fix the-
You gonna
you
leave
wanna
at
fix the
2:30.
day. You know what I'm saying? You want to fix the day. The Unsullied got their dicks taken away. What else they got to look
And
forward
this
to?
woman freed them too.
Yeah, but also they had dicks. I mean, what would they do in their recreation? Nothing. No dicks.
Go get
The whole
help.
point. Yeah.
They go get
That's
help.
what I'm saying.
Like,
And so they
look
don't
at
do
it.
anything but train. I'm saying the Unsullied don't do anything but train. It's like they on that Goku training plan. Like, yeah, I mean, you probably got better genes here, but you're at home making babies, parents your kids. You know what I'm doing? Training. I'm fighting.
They like you said, they hitting the brothels and the
Yeah,
King's Landing. They
exactly.
running through that motherfucker, getting
Yeah.
fucked up, drunk and high, all kind
Exactly.
of stuff. That's real.
Yeah, you know.
Because they here on the job. They on a
exactly.
company
They
trip.
paid.
They on a
Yeah.
company
You
trip.
know what they like? They like those contractors over in Iraq and Afghanistan. You know what I'm saying?
Halliburton, by Halliburton.
Exactly. They had them Halliburton contracts.
They got a volleyball net.
Yeah,
They
you know
got
what I'm saying?
a basketball
They
court.
were buying Lamborghinis and like, oh, I can't pay the taxes on it. Fuck it, left on the side of the street. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they eat too good. You can't be cold when you eat too good. Everybody that's the best at their job is always poor. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? Grew up hard. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Dunking these balls, shooting these jump shots, his way to get money. You know
And I don't think you know who his dad is.
Exactly.
LeBron doesn't know who his dad is.
You're one of the most famous people on earth. You know what I'm saying? Don't know
Don't
who
know
his
who
father
his
is.
dad is.
All right.
So so Cersei, do y'all think? So is this pregnancy thing real? I guess.
I think so.
No.
She first. I mean, one thing.
I mean, she didn't drink in front of Tyrion. I mean, unless she's trying to play it up.
See, I don't believe that had any. Were people in what this time period is supposed to be really concerned about drinking alcohol while they were pregnant?
I think in general. it
I
was, yeah.
don't think so. I think that was poor writing and trying to be a little too obvious.
You saying in general, motherfuckers to be drunk then on this?
Right? They didn't care back in that time. Like,
shit, they just stopped smoking cigarettes when they was pregnant like 20 years ago.
right?
You fucking right. That's right. Motherfuckers smoking cigarettes up to the 80s when they had a baby. That's a good point.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
thought
point.
that they were trying to those poor writing and trying to make it way too obvious.
I thought she was maybe trying to poison Tyrion at first.
Yeah.
You know, because Tyrion, you know, after that mountain, he's like, they need a drink.
But there was no way she could have known Tyrion would have come by himself. I mean, had she poisoned Tyrion, I'd have stopped watching the show. I'm like, really? If you knew Tyrion, you was gonna storm out, Tyrion's gonna come.
Unless I thought about this too, that meeting was already set up because, especially when he and Bronn.
So
were
you saying that
talking-
she had like a raven or something? He had a raven sent or had it
or
become?
Bronn set it up because Tyrion was very adamant about
See,
him
I
being
think
the
Bron
one.
may end up leaving, and like it's another scene where
Well,
he's
no,
running up
because
on Jamie, like, "Hey man, don't forget about me."
I don't know. I don't know. I just still think there's a little bit more to it because Tyrion was very adamant about him being the one to go meet with Cersei. Because Dany offered to go meet with him, Jon offered to go meet with her, and Tyrion was like, "No, it has to be me." So I think that there's a little bit more to that piece.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think he's compromised Danny in a way that he think he can handle, and Cersei's going to use to her advantage because Cersei is a fuck.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what was behind that meeting and what was said, but I am definitely starting to believe more now that like I said, I don't know if I would call it a betrayal because I don't think that that's Tyrion's intention. I think that he's trying to manipulate Cersei into something that will benefit Dany because I think he does legitimately want Dany to rule the kingdoms.
Yeah, I don't know what I believe. I do know what I'm hoping for, and I'm hoping for him not to just flat out betray Dany. Like if he believes Dany can have kids, and he's like, you know what, I'll raise your kid. You know, we'll bring him up. They'll be the heir. The Lannister on the throne. You get what you want. Like I can see him making that deal.
Yeah.
I can see Dany being equally unokay with that deal, and Tyrion like, you know, hey, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
But I hope he's not just flat out betraying her.
Because what would be his motive? Like he has no sense of loyalty to Cersei, and I understand he loves his brother, but Jaime is already wavering. So what would the point be?
Well, because I think what they've shown us with Tyrion over the last 4 episodes was that his claims of disconnect for his family weren't necessarily as sincere as we thought they were. Yes, us as bystanders believe he has every right not to love his family, but I mean, doesn't affect his family. Everybody hate.
I agree. I believe he loves his family, but who's left now? Jaime and Cersei. Like he don't love
Well,
Cersei that
but
much.
that's his immediate family. I'm saying
But
we
the
saw,
Lannisters
yeah,
and
and we saw when he saw the Lannisters getting burned by the dragon. He grimaced. You know, he grimaced. You know, when he gave his story about, you know, the Lannister kids dying. He genuinely seemed sincere in his regret and his lamentations over that. So I feel like maybe.
But what to what end? Like, what does betraying Dany get him? To join a side where the army is significantly weaker, and for what? Like, what does it get him? What does it save? Like, I understand that Tyrion has been making some poor political and, you know,
He just want to be down with his
Yeah,
family because he's
familiar-
never been down with his family.
Yeah, familiar
like.
redemption. I mean, if he believes that he has a chance to redeem himself because there's a Lannister baby that could exist and could sit on the throne, then, you know, and I mean, and quite honestly, we don't know how it's going. I mean, we think narratively we think we know how it's going to play out above up north of the wall, but we don't know what's going to happen right now.
That's true.
For all we know, by the time the Unsullied and the Unsullied get up to Winterfell, shit's gone already. As of this moment, before they left, the wall came down. We have to assume that most, if not all, the people guarding the wall are dead or dying soon. You know, I mean, those wildlings, they're outnumbered 10-1 right now. They don't have dragon glass. They don't have dragons for fire.
Yeah, why didn't they leave them armed with something? That was bothersome.
Well, that was John's goal. John's goal was to go down and get the.
He
And
should
bring
have
it back
brought
to
it
Yeah.
with him in
He
the
thought he was
first
going to have
place.
time, but he thought he was going to have time to get back.
They
and double
needed
back.
to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, bring
Yeah.
the dragon glass, get the White Walker at the same time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
leave
was really
those people
surprised
with
that
something.
I was really surprised that John didn't make a stop at Winterfell when he went north of the wall.
Yeah.
Like that was an easy detour to make, and it
And it wouldn't have been that much out of his way.
exactly. I was really surprised
Because
to do that.
Cersei didn't, you know, I mean, shit, it was whatever at that point.
Right.
I mean,
That should have been like lowest on the priority list.
John's not the best. But now, this is the reason I think they'll be okay. Jamie's a great fucking tactical
Yeah.
person. So with him coming up there, John can just I just do my fucking Braveheart shit. I could do my Braveheart
If he
shit.
can get to the point of trusting Jamie, I don't know how they're going to develop that relationship in a way where John
Tyrion's
trusts
gonna bring it
Jaime.
on. Tyrion's gonna vouch for him.
And I think John's a fuck too, because the whole I already bent the knee. You know, I can't break my vow. Accept your vow to the Night's Watch. Like you
This is the
literally
fucking
broke the
problem.
vow.
This is how Ned. This is your dad. Well, your dad died.
But
doing
also,
some
you
shit like
can't
this.
break a vow though. Like you took a vow in the Night's Watch and you broke that vow.
Well, he died though. So technically, that's why he was like, "I'm really dead, so I can leave." I died and came back. That's what he take. That was his in his mind. But he broke a vow when he was hanging with the Wildlands though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and when he fucked Egret.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has broken
Yeah.
vows, like you said. It's just that maybe just trying to get himself back right, And he's like, man, this is my
He
girl and
saved
shit though,
him.
man. I'm like, he saved.
He knew he wanted to hit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was just trying to talk his way to some pussy. That's all he was doing. He was trying to talk his way to some pussy. Yeah, but
he looked at
man.
Cersei. He looked there. He's like,
Yeah.
damn, I heard this bitch pregnant. So let me go.
And her hair still.
He a
jacked
king. He like 20, 21. He only had sex one time in his life. He's like, man, shit. I'm gonna die north this wall. I'm gonna give me some leg before I
Yeah,
go.
I'm gonna
Like,
get me some nice stuff, and I'm gonna give me some dragon pussy
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I ain't never had that. Even though I've had one thing, I had wild. He done had some exotic coochie.
He only had one. He hit
Yeah,
Egret
that's-
once, twice.
Once, maybe let's say en route they had 6 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was once in that cave.
No, but I'm just assuming during the travels, after
Well,
that, that.
some
I'm saying, what kind
Yeah.
of 21-year-old king only smashed thrice? You know what I'm saying?
That's like going to jail.
I know, right?
That's like becoming a priest earlier, like, and then like, you fall
He
in love with.
king
Like,
fly. He's better get all the hoes of the north.
there you go. So I mean, what did y'all think about the whole incest thing with them two?
I mean, I think that we're
everybody
so
knew that was gonna happen.
desensitized to it because of Jamie and Cersei and
We
that
started the first
relationship
episode
is
with
Yeah,
getting
like the
closer.
first 10 minutes
Yeah.
of the show was
So
incest.
one thing I will say that I appreciated about the writing this season, like as much as they rushed all of the travel and it seems like people are teleporting everywhere, I think they did a decent job of developing the relationship between Danny and John. Because like they had a lot of screen time together. You could really see how their relationship developed. Because if it just like rushed right into this love at first sight, now we're consummating our relationship, I wouldn't have bought it. But I think that the fans were able to get over the fact that they are aunt and nephew, and that they are on opposite sides because we got to see their relationship develop.
Yeah, and then how it came together, kind of from different.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I didn't like about it. Like, don't try to soft sell me on incest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that shit's wrong. Just because I want to see Danny's titties one more time before the season went off.
She said she's done. You didn't see her.
Oh, really?
She's not doing she's not doing nudity anymore.
So that's a body double?
No, I think in that scene it was her, but you don't actually see anything.
I thought I saw some
I
titties.
did
You
too.
might have seen some side
I
boob, but
thought-
you
I
didn't
thought I
see
saw
no
some titty
nipple.
meat.
No, I thought I saw some full on titties.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I'm
Go back and watch
to Google Danny's titties.
You did see John's ass, and he been on his squat game. Woo!
Look at you. All right. This is a male-dominated show.
Whatever. You know John's booty look good.
I wasn't looking at his booty to even know.
Yes, you were.
I'm looking for the
I'm
titty.
Gary, what a remote at? I'm very fast forward.
No, don't do that. We
No,
all no, but this is my thing with their relationship is the Targaryens are known for incest. Cool, whatever. Do you think this will? Do you think that this? And this is I guess maybe this is a more forward question about what's going on in the future. So I'll hold that question. So let's go to the wall. When that dragon came around,
Yeah.
that motherfucker was coming out there like motherfucking what's my Usain Bolt. He was he had go on him though. He was faster than a normal dragon,
Yeah.
so he could probably actually fight both of them
Yeah.
on the dolo because he was that fast. He was whipping it.
Yeah.
Maybe not Drogon because Drogon's so big. He might be able to whip around Drogon because Drogon's this big as fuck.
Yeah, was that blue flames
It was
or
blue
ice?
fire.
I think
it
it's
was blue fire, which is the hottest.
Some people trying to say it's
fire.
ice. It's not ice.
No, it's
blue
fire. The writers even said it was fire.
Yeah.
That it's blue fire.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I think about this theory that Bran is the Night King.
See, man, that would be weak as hell to me if he is.
Yeah, I don't think he is. I think that the White Walkers are kind of a mirror of the living.
That's what exactly. I feel the same way. I
I don't think that he is the Night King. I think they have similar powers and foresight, but I don't think that he is the Night King.
Yeah, because they really pushing that. And if I'm George or Martin, even if I did plan to be Night King, I would just flip that shit. Fuck it.
Yeah.
At this point, I could rewrite this motherfucker. Y'all all think that's what we doing. We all think the Night King is because remember we all thought Tyrion may be a Targaryen. They flipped that shit up on us real quick too. Like
He very well still could be.
he could be, but the third
I
dragon
think that
falling
the
down.
opportunity is still there
Yeah.
to make that a story. But I definitely think the Night King has powers similar to Bran because he is very cool, calm, and collected. Like, he already knows how this is going to play out. Like, they're marching towards the wall, knowing that the wall has powers to keep them out. But I think he knows that he's going to get some sort of weapon, the dragon, to break it down. Because they're still marching towards it, and he knows, like, what's going to happen. That there's this battle that's going to come about.
And he's got millions of people, too, man. That wasn't even all the zombies at that lake scene. Because you ain't see none of the giants.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's got more White Walkers that are actually with him, too. You got to remember all these babies that were sacrificed
Right.
Yeah.
over years that people didn't know about. He got those, too. Like,
Yeah.
he's just deep for, like, no reason.
Do you think that Gilly's son is going to play any sort of role in all this? Because
That would
they
be
could have gotten rid of
interesting.
that baby a long time ago.
I hope
Like,
not.
I mean, because
Get off.
or just not shown him, because it's like could be such an insignificant
Like the daughter on
character,
Power.
and Jilly could be too, like such an insignificant character that I don't know. Since he was a child that was supposed to be sacrificed, I don't know. Like, I just wonder if that is going to play a role in any part.
I hope
in
not.
any
Because
way
we
in
only
the
got we only
story.
got what
Eight.
eight
Six.
episodes?
No, six.
Oh, it's 6?
6.
But they're long episodes.
Hour
right?
and 30. They have movies.
Like
Every
this
one of them
one,
is
yeah,
a
this
movie.
is a long episode, and I appreciated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have enough patience with just 6 episodes to spend any time on Gilly.
Yeah.
Like, I hope she has like a heart attack off screen.
they just showed the first
Well, that's what I'm
episode.
saying. Like, they're keeping some ancillary characters around, I think, for a reason.
I think
Yeah,
they kill him.
more red shirts.
Something else to like make you like, oh, okay, somebody died this
Right.
episode.
You know, maybe like her and that child's death gives Sam some balls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he goes stab a White Walker in the back, kill another or something.
Mm-hmm. What was sacrificing the babies doing, like for the wildlings?
I think it was
No,
only
but
the boy.
that was the Night's Watch.
Oh, okay. What was
They
like
were
that?
stealing them.
They were stealing them.
Well, they were having sex with wildlings. Remember, and having because remember the guy that
Right,
was
but I'm
doing it.
saying,
He
like,
had
what
like
was
10
the-
kids
Right.
What was the purpose of sacrificing them?
to
though?
keep them off our ass.
Right. having them come and murder us and kill us.
Yeah, keep
Like,
them off
he
our
gave
ass.
all
though.
the boys, right?
Yeah, all the boys.
And I just want to know like how that agreement came about. Is it something
That's
that's
the
addressed
whole.
in the
See,
book?
no, they do not talk about how that agreement
Okay.
came up.
Because I don't know.
that's-
I just think there's something more to that.
Yeah, that's something that needs to be explored though. Like how do you meet with the Night King? Like
Right.
in a
Right,
meeting?
and like even come up with this.
Like you just put a kid out there and it's like, I'm gonna put a kid out here and see what happened and like, oh, that's what. Oh, and they ain't fucking with it. Okay, and they turned around. Oh,
Right.
bring more kids and let's just. And then we brought a girl out. They ain't fuck with it. Somebody got killed. We gotta keep it boys. Like is it a
Right.
process of elimination situation or?
Mm-hmm.
So before we go to predictions for next year, the whole Bran and Samuel.
Yeah.
Basically Samuel's like this motherfucker weird. Like and
He's
Samuel.
like, oh, okay, you're the three-eyed raven.
Okay.
I really appreciate Sam being like, y'all know what that means. Like,
Yeah,
like
he's
which
the
you
first
say
person that said that.
everyone, which you say everyone should be Sam. What the fuck does
Right,
that
like-
mean? 3-eyed
right.
raven. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. He's like, I'm here and I'm here and in the past. And he's like, oh, okay, I guess that's what you want. You explained it like that. And then when he was, so what y'all think about the whole Rhaegar? I think Rhaegar was underwhelming. He's supposed to be a
Yeah.
boss-looking dude with braid.
Isn't
you know.
he the other one, the same character, like the same actor?
No, it wasn't. They
It's
had
not the
another
same
cast.
actor?
He's taller and stuff.
Okay.
You talking about the one that played Viserion?
Yes.
No, it's another guy. But Rhaegar supposed to be like a fly dude, no homo. He's supposed to be a fly dude. He had 2 ponytails and stuff though. You know, he be having his stuff tied up like dudes that have dreads and stuff. They'll be tying their dreads up in different ways. That's how he was kind of flipping it. And this dude just sitting out there all skinny like me. You know, like, and he's supposed to be a dope swordsman. Like, so that gives me hope that I was be a good swordsman back then. If that's what's happening.
That's how their bodies
Yeah, that's
look.
you know. 'Cause I wouldn't say he's big as Robert Baratheon, but I was thinking that he was a nice sized dude though. Like Scott would be like Robert Baratheon. I think it would be somewhere in between our size that Rhaegar would be. It wouldn't be me. Yeah, I'm supposed to get my ass whooped by him. Yeah, I ain't supposed to go to try to against him.
see, I was always Team Robert, so I ain't never really put.
See,
so
hey, you know what
Team
we
Robert.
do? We got 6 emails about our argument,
Oh my
and
God.
I've been harping on it. I get more and more. Robert started all this shit, man.
I don't want to hear that.
I know, but I'm just saying that, putting it out there for the record. So let's go to the predictions for next year.
Did we cover everything?
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
everybody.
I
Yeah,
guess
we got
so,
everybody.
yeah.
So yeah, predictions for next year.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I will say that I appreciate that Cersei did not just buy into this plan, because I think it definitely makes it more interesting for it to be sort of 3 separate battles going on. Because if it was just like humans against zombies,
that'd have been lame.
it's not.
And the Night King, unless he's gonna start talking all of a sudden,
Right.
like having summits.
Yeah.
I mean, I want y'all to meet me on this lake again. Meet me back at the old lake. Let's
Right.
talk about it.
Yeah,
I mean-
so I appreciate that there, are 2 at least 3 different or 2 different battles going on.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to make things interesting next season. Our favorites are not all going to make it. So if we got Sansa, Arya, Jon, Dany, Tyrion, I guess Jaime could be a favorite.
Yeah, Jaime.
Bran,
Tor-
Brienne, Tormund. Who do we? Varys. Jorah.
But Varys, what is the red priestess already told
Yeah, we
Varys
know
they was
that
gonna die
he's gonna
together.
die.
But they said we gonna die. I'll meet you again. We're gonna die
But
together.
let's just say out of our top 5, saying Tyrion, Jon,
I think
Arya
Jon is gonna die.
and
I think Jon
Sansa.
is gonna die. We're
You
gonna do
think
this
Jon's
Christ
gonna
thing.
die?
We're gonna do this Christ thing. She'll be pregnant. We're gonna run it. He's Joseph, and he's the. Then you find out that the son is the one that is chosen.
I say Cersei's is gonna die. We're gonna probably lose. We're gonna lose. We'll lose the Mountain. We're also gonna lose the Hound. I think Tormund's dead now.
I don't think
No,
Tormund's
he's not dead.
dead.
He's not
No,
dead.
I
He
know
got
he's
to- he
not.
got- he
I
got
actually know he's not dead because the actor was talking about it.
He got out though. He got out
Okay.
Yeah.
because I think he went the long way on the wall to the other side of the wall. And he decided not to go down and went.
And there's
Jorah-
no way that they would
Jorah's down.
develop that character that much and not show his death. They're not just
Yeah.
going to make him disappear.
Jorah goes down. Down
Yeah.
goes Jorah. I think. Well, I feel like I wanted Cersei to join the coalition. I wanted to take down Night King together. Everybody,
And then it'd be another battle.
Yeah,
the last 2 episodes.
everybody take a breath and start looking at each other like those old westerns.
Let's get
Like,
you know,
That's
like,
not
and-
as interesting,
what they
though.
call a Mexican shootout.
Yeah,
Like we have a
exactly.
Mexican shootout.
Yeah, it's it was we took care of the common enemy, but now
let me get 5 days to get back to King's
Yeah.
Landing. We meet back up back at the Trident again. We're gonna fight battle at the Trident again.
Those old school Nintendo games, those 4-player games. Everybody fight their own battle. The first one they finish,
and then
you
at the end
lean
of the
back.
game, no,
Yeah,
and then
you
in the
lean
game where
back.
there's only one person can win.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that kind of rules. So that's what.
So y'all think that Danny's gonna get pregnant?
I think
do.
so. Yeah.
Absolutely. I definitely see that happening. It's way too much talk about it for it not to happen.
So do y'all think that Tyrion's upsetness? Because there's a thing saying Tyrion's upsetness is the fact that he thinks that basically gonna lose their edge, kind of like because they're gonna be in love instead of being tactical. That's why he was looking at it like, damn man,
No,
like
I
they
think-
don't
I
need to
think-
be.
Love like the cat though.
I think he is.
Because Tyrion's not no hater though either.
That's
Right.
that's why I think that's why I think he betrayed Andy, because John's not a sucker for love, cat. Like John's lived his whole life having sex best, we think 4 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
At the max.
Exactly.
At the max. We think around 4
Yeah,
times.
I don't think that he thinks they're going to stop being strategic, because no matter what, I mean, Dany been fucking all series, different.
Dany ain't
people,
gonna have no problem.
And her eye has always been on the prize.
Yeah.
Same thing with Jon. Even though he is an emotional, sensitive character, he's still pretty, solid in his his strategy.
Yeah.
And point of doing things. I think that Tyrion is concerned that the prophecy is not true and that the witch was not right
Yeah.
about Dany not being able to bear children, and now she's in there having sex with somebody.
And now she's
Yeah.
almost a liability because now she's pregnant. Now she's
Right.
I agree with you, because they actually make that statement. We all assume that Dany knew she was infertile, and he goes, "Well, hold up, a witch who you burned at the stake right after you raped and destroyed her village. She's probably not the most reliable source."
yeah. That's what
Yeah.
going in a situation. She killed your husband and she killed your child. Like okay, and then, but it can go back to maybe Tyrion being a Targaryen. If she's pregnant, it can't ride a dragon.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably not the best time for her to get pregnant.
I mean, she don't think she can.
Yeah, she like.
I mean, because
Yeah.
but to your point, she
She
has
on
been
the-
fucking
she on
this
the-
entire time.
yeah,
she
and I
ain't
got pregnant. She on the depot shot.
No,
so she like.
no, I think that Jon has some special.
Did that Targaryen come?
Yeah.
I mean, damn, these Targaryens, they got a hell of a thing, ain't it? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's
Like, we're going to go
Targaryen
back and see the
Thanks.
witch in the prophecy saying, like, you can't bear children unless it's with the Targaryen.
Oh, even before that, we need to go back. The John Connington character, which is Aegon, him being named Aegon, like his name is Aegon. Aegon is the most popular name in the Targaryen family.
Okay.
He would be Aegon the 6th, because Aegon the Fifth technically is the child that got killed, Rhaegar's son that got killed by the Mountain, technically.
Okay.
So he'd be Aegon the Sixth or the Fifth, depending on whatever way you look at it. But the Aegons are pretty, like, strong. Like, they have a book called Duck and Egg. Egg is Aegon. So basically, and then the Maester, and this is the ill shit though. So the Maester that was all fucked up. Remember he was talking about like Targaryens can't be out here all alone. Remember he was drunk and shit though. Like, well, he was like dying. And he was like, Targaryens can't be out there alone. He was like whispering, the Aegon that is the Mad King's father. That's his brother.
Okay.
And the only reason he was older than that brother, but the reason he just went to take the black and became a maester because he didn't want to. His brother was more competent and everything. And his brother ended up dying in a house fire. So that's how the Mad King became the king earlier than he should have been.
Oh.
But the Mad King was good early, so he was on some time and shit. He was younger.
Okay.
And came into power early, and then, the theory about Bran ended up being is the one that made him go crazy.
Okay.
Now I can see that being more true than him being the Night King.
Yeah.
That Bran on some old shit like Hodor, he's the one that made the Mad King go mad by trying to stop his uncle and his grandfather from being killed.
Yeah, I could see that too. That makes more sense.
Because he was hearing whispers. And maybe even Bran. But Aegon, that name is like powerful.
Okay.
That's a powerful name. And in the books, John Connington says he's the original Aegon. And Varys is putting his money behind him. I'm not sure how that's supposed to wrap up in the books. Because Varys is behind him. Varys is with him right now.
Okay.
Trying to get an army together to support him.
Okay. And that character is not someone that's like even loosely based on in the series.
Maybe maybe they combine him and Jon Snow because they gave him the name Aegon. Maybe that because they're saying some other people are saying his name is not Aegon. It's like Rhaegal or something like that, like the dragon's name.
Ah, okay.
In the books, supposedly that's going to be his name. So I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm interested to see how it's going to go with him being named Aegon and how that's going to affect the people to the north. Because then you may have a situation where they end up blowing through Winterfell because they don't trust Jon because he's a Targaryen. Or does Bran keep that to his vest because he know that nobody can know that? I'm going to tell you this shit on the low. Between me and you, Jon, don't say shit. Because you can fuck up stuff going on here with the North. Yeah. By them finding out you're a Targaryen.
I think he's going to keep it on the low because he didn't tell... we don't believe he told Sansa...
Nobody else knows, but
Sam, who knew... who
had a feeling anyway. Yeah, he had a feeling what was going on with it.
Do you see anybody revealing it to Jon? Or do you see...
I
think Bran is.
Yeah, Bran's the only person who could.
Bran's
I mean like intentionally.
Only other person is... Man.
Or no, I mean like, do you see?
There could be a situation
there's
where
a benefit to telling Jon this at this point in the game.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Unless Bran doesn't seem to be bothered by sex and shit anyway. So and the only way he would have an issue is if the ancestral thing became a problem. But I don't think
I don't see that though. I mean, all the shit that's going on, all of a sudden Bran gonna be like, but y'all aunt and nephew. Like,
nah, Bran
would
be like,
see that happening.
I hope you're having fun fucking your aunt.
Yeah, he'll say something
like, yes, that's your aunt. Like, damn, okay. That's my aunt. But the only person I was wondering, and this person has been rumored to come back, and I wonder if they'd do a switcheroo and flip it back and be able to bring his daughter back, which was with Bran, is Howland Reed. He's the only person that knows, like officially, he was there when everything went down. He rolling with Ned. So I wonder if
they showed him in this episode. Yeah.
So I wonder if there's a way. Howland Reed. He was with the.
They showed him in the flashback.
Oh, okay.
Because he's the only person that survived that. Remember, he's the one that. Yeah. Remember, everybody gave Ned the props though, and Howland Reed's the one that killed Arthur Dayne and everything. So I'm just wondering if there's a way to bring back. What was her name? What was her name?
Not
Yana or something like that.
Something like that.
But to bring her back because Dad want to show up, and I heard Jon Snow's back. Let him know what's up instead of being Bran on a flipperoo. So everybody's dying, but let everybody get 3 people that don't die before we get out of here. 3 people that's not gonna die.
Dany, Tyrion, and Arya.
Damn, you think Sansa gonna die?
I mean,
you only get 3.
Yeah,
you only get 3.
I'm positive Arya's not gonna die.
Yeah, okay.
Arya, Jaime, and Tyrion.
Damn. I'm gonna go with Brienne, Danny, Tyrion.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them three.
So Tyrion made everybody's list.
Yeah. I mean, what is the effect of really killing a dwarf though? I'm talking about if he gets killed on something else in the back end, then I'm talking about the White Walkers. They probably just walk right past him. Like this, he's not a benefit.
That's fucked up.
He's not a benefit to our band.
Fucked up. That's a really fucked up.
Now,
No, I'm just thinking.
Now I have to look at previous episodes, see if I see any midget whites walking around.
Night King is very strategic though. He'd be like, man, I wanted these giants, but why am I gonna get?
Man, look at those ninjas. Talk about infiltrating some shit. A bunch of little zombies. Nobody's looking for that shit. I'm saying this. Think about this. Think about if you went to bed tonight and under your bed was 5 little people zombies. That would scare the fuck out of you.
I had it happen to me. I was tripped off
It would scare me at 5 little people non-zombies.
Well, I tripped off when I was in Italy for undergrad for my student exchange. I tripped off some LSD and I had that happen to me in my mind. That's a whole other story though. It was 3 midgets, priests.
Oh, wow.
But thank y'all for listening. People said, could we do like a 6-month recap? Talk about it again since it's gonna be a year off.
Yeah, we might have.
Yeah, we can do a 6-month thing. Yeah, do a 6-month thing.
We can talk about rumors that
We
we
can
hear
talk
in
about the books. They get Raven time to read all the books.
Yeah.
So
As soon as I get done with it.
yeah, keep listening. Hit us up. Let us know what's going on. We appreciate it, and we will see y'all 6 months potentially. 6 months. All right, peace.